still waiting for confirmation on which players.
Check. Testing for ASAP. Check, check.
A reminder to everyone, please, no video recording of press conferences, and please silence your cell phones. Coach Busbom Kelly, if you would, please start with an opening statement about the match tonight.
I told the team in the locker room it's hard to, there's so many words to say about this match and this season, it's hard to know what to say first, especially when you feel disappointed in the way you played, but you feel like so incredibly proud of the body of work that this team did this season. Texas is great. They passed great. They defended great. We really couldn't do anything to stop them. And it felt like anytime we felt like we got a little momentum, they took it away so quickly. But I'm really proud of this team. Our senior class, unbelievable what they accomplished. And it's tough. It's tough being in this moment and not taking advantage of it. But again, just really proud of this team and especially our seniors.
We'll take questions now for Coach and the student athletes. Please raise your hand if you have a question, and we'll bring you a microphone. Give your name and affiliation and state who your question is for.
Danny, just the emotions of tonight with everything that happened, the set point opportunity, what did that feel like in that moment after Anna had gotten that kill and you could have put it, sent it to 4 there?
Yeah, it felt like if we could get to game 4, we had a great chance to win. It's like we couldn't quite get to game 4. I kept thinking, man, if we can win this set, I felt like we could win the match. It's, again, very disappointing when you have a swing to win the set. But I know it was pretty amazing to be in that position and something that we're definitely going to learn from in the future.
Lincoln Arnell, Omaha World Herald. Danny, how good was Logan Eggleston tonight, especially in the first set?
Yeah, she was unbelievable. She was the player of the year. She's been a starter, 6th rotation starter for Texas for 5 years. So I'm not shocked. I had said it before, great players typically don't have 2 bad matches in a row. She didn't play great on Thursday, so we knew she'd be ready. I mean, it wasn't about her playing well. It was more like, okay, what can we do on our side to match that? Because we kind of assumed she was going to play great.
I guess for Anna and Aiko, what do you come away with wishing you'd done better? There are just points in that match that just seem to just go the other way, sometimes randomly, but as you look back.
I think it's easy to look back and regret a lot of things. But when you look at the whole scheme of things and realize what this team has accomplished this whole year, I couldn't be more proud of this group. And you go in and we said that we wish we had more time. We wish we could make adjustments a little bit quicker. And there's so many things that we wish we could have done. We know we didn't play our best, but I'm proud of the way that we fought. And I'm proud of the way that we came back in that third set and really didn't give up. And that's what this team has done all year. So there's a lot of things that I regret, but you can't look at those things. You just got to look at the whole year and how we got here. And I couldn't be more proud of this team.
Coach, is it hard to go ahead and put it in perspective how great a run this season just right after the match like this?
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Like I said, these opportunities are incredibly hard to get, and when you don't take advantage of them, it's really disappointing. But we're going to look back on this season and be thankful for so many things, and be really proud. And we've changed the program, we've changed the city, we've changed fans. It's been really incredible what we've done, and like I said, the senior class, insanely incredible what they've done in the last 4, some of them 5 years. I think we've almost done something new in the program every single year that they've been here. So, but it's hard. It's hard, especially when you feel like you could have done more and could have given a little more of a battle.
Danny, a bit of an inside baseball question. Have you ever been a part of a match where there were 2 rotation errors, and did you get an explanation on yours?
I've been in matches where there's been out of rotations called on the serve receiving team. That happens frequently where players leave early. That's a huge advantage. I've never seen an out of rotation called on the serving team in all of my coaching.
Yeah, Coach, you talked about just what you've done and the players have done for Louisville, but also what programs like Louisville have done for volleyball. I know you've talked about it this whole weekend, but looking at how much growth there has been with programs such as yourself, can you put that into perspective?
I think that's like a long answer to a great question, because we focus a lot on like our university and our city because we're in it, and it's amazing what we're doing. But we talk about like Claire Chassé and Anna DeBeer being quote unquote undersized and what they can accomplish on this stage, and they got us here. And we talk about Aiko, who didn't play club volleyball, who grew up in Jamaica and really got here. She's not like she might be 5th year, but she didn't play thousands of games like Logan Eggleston. She got here and played her first game, and what she can do on this stage. PK is from South Dakota, started club like her junior year practically, and just amazing what these guys can accomplish. And I think it gives hope to athletes everywhere that you don't have to have this storybook career to make it here and to perform well. And our team is just unbelievable role models, and they're all so different. And I asked Kara Cressy what makes our team special, and she said, our team has so many different ideas about the world and life and religion and politics, but we respect each other so much. On top of that, they want to learn why, and I don't know, I hope that bleeds into other teams and to young women. So I think that's a long answer to a great question, and I'm proud of the ACC and the parity in our sport. I think it's going to continue to get tougher and tougher to be in this moment. I think this was the first year, like the Elite Eight games were unbelievable. They were almost all 5 setters. So again, parity it's going to continue to get tougher.
Danny, I would normally just not ask this question, but it's not every day that a volleyball coach wears an Adidas jacket made by Gucci. Can you tell us about that?
Goes back, to last year with Anna Stevenson being obsessed with what I'm wearing for whatever reason, and it's kind of just been a thing. And so Adidas came here and surprised me with this jacket, and they gave it to me on Thursday and said, "I'm feeling really good. Will you please, that you're going to win? Can you wear it on Saturday?" So here I am. It's a little tight, so not super comfortable, but I was pretty surprised, and it was pretty cool.
Danny, you kind of touched on this, but I talked to a dad today at one of the fan things before this. He says, and he was here, but takes his daughters to your game so they can watch your players interact, whether they win points, lose points. To hear stuff like that, that's kind of, where a lot of parents are with your program, wanting to just kind of gravitate their kids to it.
Yeah, I mean, it means a ton. It's what we set out to do every day, is inspire other people. And I mean, these guys do it, not me. And so I don't know. I would let them answer the question.
That means a lot. I think this program, the foundation of what this program has become, has been our culture. And that is something that this senior class especially has worked really hard to establish and to maintain. And I think to hear that people in the stands can see that and appreciate that for what it is means a lot. And it shows that what we are doing on and off the court doesn't only affect us, but affects those around us. And I think, like Danny said, that's what we set out to do as a program. But it means a lot to hear that outsiders see that as well and appreciate it.
Danny, we've talked all week about hometown, home state support for you and the girls. What has that meant to you this week, today, and moving forward?
Yeah, it's been really special for me personally, obviously, and to know that so many people are behind us. And it just means a lot to know that, no matter where I'm at, there's great support. And the Go Big Red, Go Big Red is not our chant, but we got the drift that we were wearing red jerseys, and that the crowd really, I think, win or lose, they just wanted to see more volleyball, and that's how I felt too. It's like, man, I want to see what we can do and let this game continue. So I felt like the crowd, they wanted to see us play great. And a lot of the people in the stands have followed our team, which is really cool. And so I think they love watching Anna and Claire and I go get her blocks, and they just wanted to see us compete and to feel that spirit. So it means a lot, and it was special to be here.
One more question from anyone? All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
A recording of this press conference will be available in the NCAA Digital Media Hub. Transcripts are provided by ASAP and will be posted shortly. Texas will be up shortly, and in about 5 minutes, the Texas locker room will be open for interviews with student athletes that are not coming to the press conference. They're back there. Three of them. As a reminder, please no video recording of press conferences and please silence your cell phones. Coach Elliott, if you would please start with an opening statement about tonight's match.
Well, first of all, I want to just thank the city of Omaha. The way that they ran this event was spectacular. The NCAA committee that put so many hours in following us around and selecting this NCAA bracket is really difficult. And I know how much work goes into it, and they do it out of the goodness of their hearts. So I want to thank them. Congratulations to Louisville. An amazing season. You know, it's really hard when one team has to lose. I've been on that other side of that a lot of times, and it's really challenging. We were there 2 years ago, but what Danny is building at Louisville is really special. She's building her own brand. She's doing it by empowering women, and it's great where the sport is headed. So much credit to her to get all the way there. You know, for me, I've been coaching 22 years at Texas, and I think another 6 years or 7 years at USC prior to that, and I told my wife today this was the most important match I've ever coached in regards to the match I wanted to win the most because of the 2 women sitting beside me, but also the 16 women that were battling every single day in our gym. And they, as a coach, when you manage teams, there's a lot of problems and sometimes. And this team, I didn't have one the entire season. Everybody gave. They were committed to the process. That's because of our leadership. And why it was so important to me is because this is a life lesson. They're going to be leaders someday in the community, and they're going to have to lead. And to remember the giving that they gave to one another, the commitment to that, when not everybody gets all the glamour and the glitz, they did it. And then most importantly, obviously for the woman that is sitting next to me, she has done so much for this volleyball program, along with Asia. They made a stand in many different ways and made a lot of young girls really proud. But what they've done on the court, what they've done off the court, they've really shown growth, development, and a lot of care for the goodness of this country. And I'm just really proud of them. And to win for Logan her senior year when we've been through so many battles, you guys don't know, but I think she didn't sleep the first time we lost at BYU and said, I'm going to get my natty. And we had many talks and many frustration deals, and she kept to the process and led this group. And, there's so many people that deserve credit for this. My staff, David and Eric, have done a tremendous job. Everyone behind the scenes. I'd like to thank my wife for always supporting me because it's really challenging, but I'm super relieved. I'm super happy. And I'm super happy for the University of Texas and what they've done. And again, a remarkable season.
We'll take questions now. Please raise your hand, give your name, affiliation, and state who your question is for.
Danny Davis, Austin American Statesman. Logan, I think the last 2-3 years you've had to come out after the season ending, loss and talk to us. So kind of wondering what's like being on the other end, celebrating.
Feels a lot better this way, I will say that. I'm just so grateful to have gotten the opportunity to have a 5th year and to come back and to get to play with these girls. There's so many girls on the team that I would have never gotten the chance to be teammates with without this COVID year. So I'm just forever grateful for that and just grateful for all the hard work that they put in this year to make this happen. And yeah, it's a lot more fun to not be crying sad tears at the end of the season. We can actually say we won our last game. It feels amazing.
Yeah, Coach, you've coached and played against some of the greatest players in the whole history of this game. I wonder if you can put Logan's ability, career, impact in perspective with some of the greats you've seen.
Yeah, it's a great question. I said any last comments today at practice, and my little freshman Emma said, "Winners win." And to become one of the greats, I think in any sport, you got to win a championship. And Logan did that now. So she puts herself on an extremely elite level, along with the rest of the players. But what she's done for this university, what she's done to take advantage of every resource possible, what she's given in every aspect, I wouldn't be surprised if we have a statue at some point for her somewhere on campus.
Cedric Golden, Austin American Statesman. Asia, could you put into perspective what this means to you and the team? Because you guys have been on the other side of this many times.
Yeah, as Logan said, we've definitely felt the heartbreak of losing at the end of your season, and we just always have identified ourselves as a team that has that chip on our shoulder. We always have really talented players and really talented coaches, and we put ourselves in great positions to try to get to a Final Four, and we haven't been able to accomplish it in 10 years of winning a national championship. But it just is like Jarrett said, the biggest sigh of relief, and it's like all of our hard work has amounted to something incredible, and being able to do that for Logan in her last year, and just this is a surreal moment. There's literally no words that can describe how we feel right now, but I'm just so proud of everyone in our staff, on our team, that has put in all the hours together, and we've just really created an amazing culture here, and we were able to go and pull it out in an incredible way.
Amy Just from the Lincoln Journal-Star. Logan, when you hear your coach say those things about you and you share a hug afterwards, what do you think? What goes through your head when you hear him talking about you like that?
I mean, I would not be half the person I am without him. He's just sacrificed and given so much to me as a player and as a person. And so, I mean, he's the reason I am who I am. So I'm just so grateful for him and just glad to be up here celebrating. It's no words right now, seriously, but I'm just so grateful for him because I really wouldn't be the person or the player I am if it wasn't for Jarrett.
Asia or Logan, 24-22, timeout Texas. What was the talk in the huddle, and how'd y'all reel off 4 straight points to close this out?
Really, it was just keep that sense of urgency. Like, we still had all the momentum, I felt like. It was our game, and I knew that we were fully capable of coming back and being, up in the game. Like, we've put in so many hours in the practice gym. Our coaches do so many drills that put us in a situation where we're fighting against something like that. So there's just a sense of, I don't know, it was like serenity. Like, we were very calm and we were very confident in what we could do, and we just went back and went to the basics and were able to pull it out.
Yeah, like she said, we've just been in so many situations this year in practice, in games, that we've had to come back and we've had to stay steady when we're down. And yeah, I think we just trusted all of the work that we've done in those situations and trusted each other really, really well. And that's kind of how it happened.
Abby Barmore, Husker Online. What is the culture of this program that you can bring in so many transfers and still band together and win a national championship?
Every single person on our team is just an amazing person. I think that's the most important thing is Jarrett surrounded us with people who wanted to be here, who were just great individuals and committed to the same goal. So, I mean, I give a lot of credit to him for just surrounding us with the right people who are committed and love one another. And I think when you have that, it's hard to lose. You can always look each other in the eyes and just know that they want it just as much as you and they want it for you. And so every single person that came into our program had that mentality and had that just really good spirit about them, and it just blended so well together. And like I said earlier, like, those are my best friends for life. Like, we're so excited to come back. We talk about it all the time. We get to come back in 10 years and celebrate this. Like, when we all have families and stuff. Like, that's what we were looking forward to, is like, we want a reason to be able to come back and unite again and see each other older and grown. And so just such amazing people, and that's just, I give all credit to every single person that came in, just committed to wanting something big and doing anything they can to make it happen.
Jared, great blues singers are good at their jobs because they've been through something. You guys have been through it, and you come out on top. How did those past disappointments help these girls find it in themselves to get this done against a very quality opponent?
Yeah, I mean, I think back to our now 2 national championships. When you have players that are driven and they're committed to the process, they're talking about the right things, they're behaving the right way every single day that they show up work ethic-wise. I honestly told my staff I just got to stay out of the way of this tournament and be relaxed and make sure that they feel that, because sometimes I got to be the bus driver, but they were just kind of driving the bus, and I felt really good, and I could just steer them and mold them to kind of what we needed to do, make sure that they were in a good mindset. Send some positive text out today to some of our girls and making sure that they responded and they didn't make this match bigger than it was. But they've got a lot of grit. I mean, this team fights every single day.
Jarrett, we've talked about this over the last decade, and I've teased you because when you won 10 years ago, you sat up there and you looked like death, like you just finished a marathon. And tonight, relatively speaking, you look pretty relaxed and pretty good. How do you feel personally?
I'm relieved. I'm so thankful. I'm honored to be the one that got to coach these women. I'm honored to be the one that leads this program. I'm honored that Chris Polonsky, who's sitting in the back, hired me and believed me when I was, wet behind the ears at 32 years old or 31. And I don't think people understand how hard it is to get to a national championship. You basically spend every living moment thinking about what your program needs, the adjustments, the work of traveling and recruiting, the management of not only your team and your staff, but the 80 people underneath that, for the goal of winning a championship for the university. And my goal coming in was to make this brand better and to bring in empowered women and get them better. I think, going to your question, we do a lot of communicating with our players, and we teach them how to communicate, tell them they can come into our room and be mad at me, be upset at me, but most importantly, there's a lot of good people surrounding them. I think everybody that I hire are great people that love people, and I think that's a really big thing. But for me, Lee, this is just I'm ecstatic inside. I'm still a little numb. I can't believe that we actually did it because we've been pushing for so many years. I believe that we were going to do it today, but I'm just so happy for our players and our staff.
Take a few more questions.
Coach, obviously you have a lot of great offense. Did Keonile and Zoe add something that some of your other great teams had missed?
Yeah, we've now been able to get some more kids into school in the defensive side, so that's been a major focus for us. But yeah, they have obviously added a lot. Kayleigh and Zoe, and frankly, Emma is she doesn't know she's a freshman. She just nails. And so that the backcourt of that and the belief in how they worked with each other, the way that they watched film together on their own, they motivated each other and just had a positive mindset every single day and smiling and having it. And I actually told Kayla at match point, she's like, come on in here and hold us. I said, she's going to get an ace here. And that serve that she hit was so clean and hard, and she did it. And seeing them running towards that dog pile was amazing. I hope it was better than the 2012 dog pile.
Logan or Asia, if either one of you has some thoughts on this, you guys are actually incredibly close to a perfect season this year. But, and I hope this isn't a dumb question, but was a loss at Iowa State in some ways, was that a help, a little bit of a reset in the season, and did it help in terms of the rest of the way through the season?
Yeah, 100%. I don't think it's ever good to go undefeated in a season because you don't know how to battle through adversity. And I think we learned a lot about ourselves as players and as a team and through that game and like what we could do to get better. And I think we really did a great job of learning after that game. We came back into the gym and we worked really hard. We watched film and we all were committed to getting better. And I think if we hadn't have lost that game, I don't know if some of the conversations that were had and some of the areas that we improved on would have happened. And so I'm honestly really grateful that we hit that kind of roadblock in the middle of the season because it made us so much better throughout the end.
Jarrett, you were lined up with the team there at the match point too. What were you saying to Kayla Caffey on that point?
I said that Kayleigh has ice in her veins and she's going to get an ace. That's specifically what I said. I may have thrown some other word in there, but it's she's just been nails all the time, and she's tough as nails. And so she hit that serve with a lot. I mean, to serve that ball in this magnitude of a stage and to hit it the way that she did, she hit it clean, which we always talk about. There was no spin and a ton of velocity on it and put a lot of pressure and did it. But that's what this team, that's what's so great about this team is other people can carry each other and make points and make runs. I told them at 24-22, let's side out, and we're going to go on our own run here, and we're going to win this match. And they believed in that, and they made some big plays, and I think a really long rally there at some point.
Take one more question down here.
Logan or Asia, can you take us to that last play, and did you think Kayleigh was going to ace it out? Were you as confident as Jarrett there?
I was pretty confident. I was literally standing there, like, talking to God in the moment. I was like, I'm just giving it up to you. Like, I know that you're gonna take us to victory. And I literally saw the serve like coming out of my peripherals, going over the net, and I was like, oh, that's an ace. And I turned around and collapsed to the ground.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, we see her serving every single day during practice. We saw her, she probably aced me like 9 times today during serve and pass, so I know she has dinner. But yeah, it's all the confidence. When she's back, honestly, when anytime Kayleigh's back there serving, like, I know it's gonna be a solid serve, and I don't even have to watch it because I know it's gonna be amazing. So we had all the trust in her, and she made us proud.
All right. Thank you and congratulations.
I just want to say one last thing to all the media. Thank you for making this sport better. There's a lot of growth happening. It's because of what you guys do and believing in these young women. So thank you for writing and covering us and doing a great job this week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A recording of this press conference will be available in the NCAA Digital Media Hub. Transcripts are provided by ASAP and will be posted there shortly.